Hello and welcome back to Rev Endurance Sports and another unboxing. Today we're going to talk about the Lake TX332 triathlon shoe. But before we get into that, just like anything else I review on this channel, it is available for purchase through the channel. Send me a text, send me an email, send a Raven, and we'll get an order started for you. That's a great way to support the channel, is to purchase the items that I take the time to review for you, and then we can also grow the channel through other things. Okay, so let's talk about the TX332. This is their top of the line shoe. It has a BOA closure and a Velcro closure. And the thing about triathlon is about, or transition time frame, right? So you go in from your swim portion, and a lot of triathletes will leave their shoes attached to the pedals, and they run through the transition area, typically barefoot, and these shoes are dangling off of the pedal, and then they go to put their feet in, and they use this hook to kind of stabilize the shoe as they put their foot into the shoe, cinch it down, and get going. Right, so you're able to run without putting on your shoes, run through the transition area barefooted, and then you get going. So what you want is an easy in and easy out, because now when you come back off your bike leg, you want to be able to get out of this triathlon cycling shoe and get into your running shoes and then head out for the run portion. So for some folks, they just use a regular cycling, road cycling shoe. On the shorter versions, some people don't even wear a cycling shoe and pedal. They just have like a strap that goes over their foot. They wear their running shoes. On a very short triathlon, the transition time, that's going to lose you many places. So you do the event in your running, you do your bike leg in your running shoes on flat pedals, power strap across the top. That's it. You come in, take your foot out, and you're ready running. So, but this gentleman here is doing a 70.3. So that's a 56-mile bike leg. So efficiency, in my opinion, would matter. And then he's possibly going on to the long course events of 112-mile bike leg. So the efficiency would matter. So carbon sole, like anything in the Lake lineup at the higher end, everything is carbon sole. Now, when you use a Velcro strap, one of the things I don't like about Velcro straps is you have to take the strap completely off, adjust your foot, and then put it back on. So there's no like micro adjustment. But so the other, the shoe below it will have Velcro straps for both closures. This has a BOA. But this BOA only ratchets in the tightening direction, so it doesn't go backwards to loosen. So you have to pop it up, move your foot, adjust your foot, close it again, and then you can tighten it down. Now let's talk about sizing on this, because what's interesting is that this is their top of the line shoe for triathlon, but it's considered, it's under their competition last, so it's not in their race last. And what does that mean? So this is a 44, so if we're looking at a 44, the race last, or let's summarize this by saying the competition last, this one, begins where the race last wide ends. So let me give you the numbers. Race last goes from 97 standard to 107.8 wide. And then the competition last, this is all size 44, competition last begins at 107 and goes on to 114. So decent room in the toe box for you if you are looking at a triathlon shoe. It just falls into the competition last. Now, a couple of things to talk about. They are, this has a mesh toe box, and then of course it has a big old slit here where the two halves of the upper will secure around your foot. So that a lot of ventilation, because you're going to be soaking wet typically, and you're just there's water coming off of your tri-suit, it's coming off of whatever, and when you first get started, you need all that water to be able to drain out of the shoe. So you need that. And by the way, just a quick tip. When you go to put cleats on, please put grease on the threads of either the bolt or inside these. I cannot tell you how many times I've had a triathlete who the bolts have seized into place, or they've ground down the heads of the cleat screws, and we can't get them out because of the, either whether it's a Phillips or an Allen head, a 4mm Allen head, there's nothing to grab onto. It's been worn down because he or she has just left it on there too long. But the cleats will seize into these things, and then you try, and then all of a sudden you snap the screw, or you snap this inside, and it's just put a little bit of grease. If you're new to my channel, I will tell you I grease everything, right? Okay, so let's talk about it's interesting, I've always wondered what this means, but the competition, they say it's designed for very high cadence riding and high pressure. I don't know how they figure that out with the last, but that's what they do, or that's what they say. And then the outside, this is this 100% carbon fiber sole, and this is a 3-bolt pattern. So those folks that come from Speedplay / now Wahoo, the 3-bolt pattern, you have to adjust it to or put an adapter to make it 4-bolt. Now there are some shoes that just come with the 4-bolt holes, and you just need to check for that. Shoes like a lot of the road shoes have one model that comes with just the 4-bolt, so it wouldn't be typically on all the models. So they talk about the upper being a durable microfiber, right? Should be, because these shoes are going to get trashed. Most triathletes just really trash their gear, and it's just part of the nature of the game. There's water, salt water, especially if they're doing ocean swims and stuff like that, and all that stuff just gets everywhere. That's why I was saying to grease your cleat screws. But moisture wicking, antimicrobial lining, now that's important because I mentioned it just a second ago. Triathletes are running barefoot through the transition area. Well, guess what? They usually don't wear socks when they wear their triathlon shoes. So usually on the inside of your triathlon shoe, the seams, there's been a lot of care and attention taken place to ensure that any seams or anything will not cause any irritation to the rider. So it says our unique liner works in a way that keeps your feet feeling cool and dry. Heat moldable carbon heel counter. Now, this could be a game changer for a lot of people. The heel area is heat moldable, and the 332 road shoe, and called a 332, they so TX, CX. So this is heat moldable. So for some folks, if they got a skinnier type heel and their foot flops around a little bit inside the shoe, you can mold this, and then vice versa. You got a little bit wider heel, you can heat this up, spread it a little bit, and you'll get a little bit more comfort out of your shoe, or more security if your heel is on the narrow side. Now, with some shoes, sometimes you'll see where it's stitched several times. That way you can cut off the excess. This one says it's a 40 millimeter, so 4 centimeters strap. So I don't really see where you can cut this, but if you wanted to, you probably could. So some shoes strap to the inside, and then it's hitting the crank arm or something like that. This straps to the outside, so that's a good thing. And this is called the L6 BOA. So a sharp looking shoe. The customer wanted it in black with white, and I think that's a sharp looking shoe. They have another one that's like a plum color, or let me see what they actually call it. They call it purple white, and that's probably the shoe I would get because it's really a cool looking shoe, and I love purple. But this is a very high quality shoe, and the price, of course, you know, they're not ashamed of that shoe. But customers coming in today to try them on, he's racing tomorrow. So they always say nothing new on race day, but the circumstances are what they are. He needs a new pair of shoes, and this is how we're going to do it. Okay, so with unboxings, we usually take a quick weight measurement of them. So that's quite a bit of stuffing that we got out of there. And I'm going to grab you and bring you over in just a second. We're going to set our scale up, place the shoe on there, and that shoe is weighing in at 293. So hopefully we can capture that right there, 293. And you won't get a review out of this shoe because I'm not actually going to wear it. This is for a customer who he's racing tomorrow, as I mentioned. So it's going to be an interesting first race for him in the pro field because he's wearing new shoes. So, but he's had Lake road shoes before, so he knows, or he should know that shoe fits him. So, okay, that's all for today. Please like and subscribe. We look forward to seeing you up the road.